story that I've got to send to you, Chris.
Oh fuck! I haven't even looked over the stuff. Man, I fell asleep before the show.
The one I sent you, just a little bit about. I could actually read that one if you want. I mean, because I've got it right here in front of me.
I've seen the baby bear video that he did.
I absolutely adored that breakdown. That made me laugh so hard.
That fucking shooting fish in the fucking barrel fucking breakdown.
Dude!
I love it at the end, though. I love it at the end where, I kind of, shame on the guy for using this for clickbait. And then I fucking go into the clickbait shit.
We are live, guys. I did say we were going live.
You said 5 minutes. Okay. We're live. That was cute.
This one's not being posted in any of the groups. Well, fuck it. I mean, we've sworn now. Let's just have some fun.
No, we can cut it. I can cut it. Before I put it up.
Yeah,
I can just cut the very beginning out.
Snip the beginning off.
Just snip the tip. I'll just snip the tip.
That's right. It'll be just like being Jewish.
Oy vey.
Oy vey, indeed. No graphics this week either.
What?
It's the end of the month. I've got hardly any internet left.
You guys in your hand crank internet over there in England.
Is that, if I put graphics on, I use twice as much as I do.
So what do you call your internet over there? Like BBC 18?
He's got to get on the treadmill in order to get himself some more internet time.
He's got ferrets. He can stick them on the treadmill.
I'm just telling you how it works, Phil. I'm just telling you how it works.
He claims that they're trained.
They are trained in the fact that they'll kill rabbits, which they do naturally. Have you ever tried to train a ferret?
No, I haven't.
I used to have ferrets, but in the way that you train them, no.
You have to start them off with like baby chickens and work your way up to rabbits. I mean, they've got the natural impulse just to grab things and snap their necks, and the pros can move on to rats.
You start them off with little baby chickens.
You just put them in. They tweet.
Oh no! The
ferrets sniff them.
No. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna snip this part off too. I'm just gonna snip that off. And God.
Green chickens. I've got loads of them.
Little baby chicks, and then
this is what happens. We have Matt Knapp on one week, and it throws you so far off, Phil.
It's like. Can you just imagine being this little baby chick, and all you see is this row of teeth coming at you.
You can't even get away from it. Richard. If you were smart, you could always say, "Hey, Chris," or "Phil, could you guys put up the graphics for me?"
I could do that.
Yeah. Because we don't have your Flintstones internet over here. I mean, do you have to open your router and hit like an old turtle or something?
I have to sacrifice stuff to the internet gods. Do a little dance.
That's how it works.
Yeah. And then the little paperclip man comes up.
I'm the high Ramalama, and these here are the ding dongs.
Alrighty then. Are we guys ready for this?
Oh, we're ready, Richard.
We can say we're ready and just go for it.
I'm ready for something.
Okay. So, welcome everyone listening to my voice to this week's edition of the Squatchable podcast. We're going to take a look at some Bigfoot stories and have a laugh doing it. Joining me, as always, is my partner in crime from the 14 Slip, Chris York. Chris, how are you?
Wonderful.
He's pretty cute. And joining us, from Power Breakdown, Phil Pulling. Phil, how are you?
I'm getting there.
He's 3 rum and cokes deep.
This is going to be a great one.
That's how Phil is.
I go for the best rum too. I buy it at Rexall.
Rexall rum.
we measure Phil by how many drinks he's had.
Well, it's been one of those days, where you just got to go. You just say, screw this. I'm going to get drunk.
Yeah.
I'm not drunk yet.
We've all had those days.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys already know this story. It doesn't have to go public, but
fair dues.
It was a bad day.
And if you guys like Power Breakdown and the 40-inch slip, you may enjoy the badly drawn misadventures of two Bigfoot. Head on over to Bigfooting with Keith N Collin on Facebook, where no doubt Colin is punishing Merrilson in a horrific way this week.
I
love Merrilson. He's one of my favorite characters.
And by the way, that video intro that you rarely see, that's really awesome. You got to put that up more often.
And this, I'm completely thrown off now. What was I talking about? Right, yeah.
Klamath Falls, Oregon.
Bigfooting with Keith N Collin. This week's edition of the Squatchable podcast is in memory of Joe Dyson, who was a lovely, wonderful member of the Bigfooting community. We miss her dearly. Without further ado, I am your host, Richard Allen, and let's just jump on to it. Our first story comes from Turn 223 News that are considering that Bigfoot sightings, California is the number 2 state behind Washington. If you're looking for a legendary creature and part of American lexicon, turns out California may be one of the best places to start your search. Travel Channel recently conducted research for a new show and found that the Golden State is the second best state to search for Bigfoot. The channel found that over the past several decades, California has over 1,700 reported sightings of the creature, also known as Sasquatch. That's good for the second most sightings, right behind Washington State. Nationwide, there have been more than 23,000 reported Bigfoot sightings during that time. Back in 2018, a woman sued the California Department of Fish and Wildlife for allegedly ignoring the existence of Bigfoot. She claimed to have run across Bigfoot while hiking with her daughters. That's Claudia Ackley. We interviewed her on the 40-inch slip. She was a very nice woman. You guys think about that? California, number 2 for Bigfoot sightings. I would have thought it was Oregon, personally.
Well, Mr. York over there, he actually had the opportunity and took that opportunity to go camping in Bigfoot territory in California. So he knows of which you speak. Right there in the thick of it.
The thick of it.
Did you see any Bigfoot while you're out there?
You want to know what here's a great little anecdote to this Chris camping in Bigfoot country in Northern California story. Yes, I have done some camping in Northern California, and semi did some camping in Washington that involved me at the end of the night going to a hotel. Yes.
Which was nearby.
Very, very nearby. But anyway, so went camping at a not really camping in this instance, but we were going to the Bigfoot Museum for the Finding Bigfoot signing, where they all showed up to sign autographs, so to speak, and stayed at a campground, and the lovely female that I was with decided that we would sleep in the back of her vehicle on an air mattress. And so we blew up the air mattress through in the back of this vehicle. And in the middle of the night, Chris woke up to go out and have a cigarette. And the air mattress has deflated a little. So when Chris popped up off the air mattress to get out of the vehicle to have a cigarette, the lovely lady slammed onto the floor of the vehicle.
Is this the new way to attract Sasquatch?
Yes. And that's just a nice little anecdote about my camping experiences in Northern California, Phil.
And then when you got back in and flopped down onto the air mattress, she went out the window.
Yeah. No, I've been to the alleged or supposed Sierra kill site, which I think we've discussed before. I don't know
Yes.
on this program in as much detail about that. We don't. I think all three of us don't have as much faith in that story as we used to. Phil, I don't think has ever had any real faith in the story whatsoever. The story itself.
Right.
And
Now
you know,
the follow up investigation though, done by Bert.
right. So
That
yes,
was
I mean, I have done
yeah,
some camping up in that area in the thick of Bigfoot country. Yes.
exciting stuff. And you
Mm.
saw a huge bear.
Yes. The day that I went up to the Sierra kill site, as we were driving up, because as you drive up to the site, you drive up on a ridge kind of above it, and you're looking down onto where everyone would camp. And we're driving up through on that upper part, and we look down, and there's a bear literally in the spot where everybody would camp, lumbering through.
Just looking down, lipping his chops.
Yeah, and comes up to the road that we were on, pops his head out, his or her. I couldn't tell it was male or female. And as soon as it caught wind of us and saw that we were there, it bounded off quickly. And we drove down in and we hung out down there for quite a while that day and that was a big bear. I mean, you've seen the video of it, Phil.
Oh yeah, I saw its tail end, just hightailing it right over.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's rare in itself. I mean, you're talking about seeing Bigfoot. You know how many people have actually seen a bear in the wild? That's
right.
kind of a rare. That's kind of a rarity, unless you're up in.
Yeah, I mean, if you spend a lot of time out in the woods, you're gonna see them. More so than the average bear. Ha ha ha. But yeah, it was a strange occurrence, especially seeing one that large. So, but yeah, it's some interesting country out there, and I love being out in it. So, sorry to derail everything.
It's number two for Bigfoot sightings.
Oh, that's cool. Now,
but I haven't seen Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Not once.
Not once.
Not once.
Not once.
So that's number 2. What would you guys think is number 3?
Pennsylvania.
Ohio.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
I was just guessing.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
As he's looking at the article.
Yeah, Ohio is like 82nd or something.
So somehow, and they're not really sure how, this is from PhillyMag.com news, Pennsylvania has ranked number 3 in terms of Bigfoot sightings, falling behind Washington with 2,032 sightings, and California reported 1,700 sightings. Pennsylvania had 1,340. Maybe you're delighted to hear this. Maybe you'll even jump into your car this weekend and head out to the Appalachians to spot yourself some Bigfoot. On the other hand, maybe you're a little concerned about Pennsylvania and the number of folks living here who think they've spotted Bigfoot, to which I'll respond, hear them out. I'm quite possibly one of those people. I must have been about 10 years old when I was walking down a wooden path in Vermont, and all of a sudden, emerging from the trees on my left and dashing across the trail to those on my right, pausing only to stop for just a second, sprang this tall, thin, hairy, uptight creature. Was it a bear? Maybe. I'm not totally ruling that out. Bears can sometimes walk like humans, but it didn't look like a bear, and it wasn't just seeing things. This I know because my dad was walking with me, and a second or so after the thing darted in front of us, he's turned out to said, "Did you see that?" So there you have it. A semi-Bigfoot sighting coming from a mostly normal human. It does happen. Turns out there were 23,000 sightings reported from across the country and analysed by the Travel Channel and BFRO for their list. So,
by the way, did you know that Pennsylvania has the largest Bigfoot costume retailer in the nation?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's true.
So if I want to get my Bigfoot costume on, go to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I'm just saying there
Is
might be
that
a
what you're saying?
reason. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That might be the reason why.
Maybe we could get Steve to get into one of these costumes and run through the woods.
Yeah,
I bet we could.
we've got a man on the ground near Pennsylvania, don't we?
That's right. And I mean, you know, we won't tell anybody that he's going out there. Maybe send him out in the middle of hunting season.
Well, it'd be easy. And once you get him in the costume, just kind of hang a fishing pole with a can of Spam on the end and just kind of walk him right out into the woods.
Yeah. It's like putting dangling that carrot on the end of a stick for the horse. Same
idea.
Same principle,
Mhm.
if you will, Phil.
Good plan. I like it. It's damn good. So if we move on now to cilacy.washington.us.
The number one, by the way, for Bigfoot sightings in the nation.
Number one state for Bigfoot sighting. That I believe. Apparently it's like a rainforest up there.
Yeah.
That would be the number one place to find Bigfoot, in my opinion.
Mm.
But
we already knew that. So.
We did know that. The Pacific Northwest is well known.
It's redundant at this point.
Yes. So, Sasquatch revealed May 31st to August the 31st. The Lacey Museum and Lacey City Hall event includes guest speakers, guided tours. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, Bigfoot is undeniably an enduring cultural phenomenon. The Lacey Museum is thrilled to announce the Sasquatch Revealed, a traveling exhibit courtesy of Canadian Sasquatch expert Christopher Murphy, will be opening on May 31st and will stay throughout the summer. Murphy's exhibit is the largest collection of Sasquatch-related artifacts and artwork ever assembled. For thousands of years, Sasquatch has been an important part of native culture. In the last 2 centuries, it has become a part of a wider cultural phenomenon as non-natives also reported its existence. Now scientists have joined in a search to resolve North America's greatest mystery. Popular TV shows like Discovering Bigfoot on Netflix or Finding Bigfoot on Animal Planet have continued to fuel popular interest in this cryptid hominid. So, Lacey Museum.
You betcha.
You going to that, Phil?
Well, no, because it's on the I-5 corridor and it's clear down almost to Olympia. So screw that.
Phil doesn't travel.
Too much.
No, listen, I gotta tell you,
unless it includes a cruise ship and drinks.
No, we
Phil doesn't
fly
travel,
down.
Richard.
Then it'll go.
It's Interstate 5. That place, geez, I really have learned to distrust my safety.
The only reason we got him to come to the Olympic Peninsula for the whole Brown property thing was because he thought I married a good-looking woman.
I did. Why are you lying to people now? Why do you do that? No, seriously, why do you lie to people like that? Yeah. It's like he's always trying to, I-5's a death trap. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna. No, that's all I'm saying.
That's all he's saying. Okay, so let's move on now.
But Lacey is a nice town, and Mr. Murphy, he puts on quite a traveling show. Let's face it.
Yep, the man is a legend.
I'm tempted. I am tempted.
So
alrighty then,
brothers.
So now we move on to our own Phil Pulling's power breakdown. A breakdown.
And my third rum and coke.
And his third rum and coke, too. You just need to do your breakdowns in like the tiki bar. Like how Super Soylent used to do them in sunglasses with the shades. You need to do power breakdown.
I've been trying to tell him that for a long time.
With a Hawaiian shirt on.
You are talking to empty space. That man doesn't listen to any of this.
But anyway, he did a 2-minute video of what was apparently a baby Sasquatch. You weren't impressed by this video at all, were you, Phil?
I was impressed in one aspect, not another.
It was some shameless plugging going on, and you got in on the action towards the end. When definitely,
yeah, it was the shameless plugging, the clickbaiting. I was really amazed by just how far this guy went with the clickbait.
Hey man, you want to? There's no such thing as bad publicity. You put yourself out there. You can,
And I helped him. I mean, I put him out there again.
yeah, and you put yourself out there.
Mm-hmm. I always put myself right out there on Front Street, baby.
Right out there. You know, no image whatsoever of himself. Just
do it. You just go for it.
that's right. Puts himself right out there, not in it whatsoever.
Yep. Let the cow pies fall where they may.
Mm.
On the subject of breakdowns, Bigfoot Tony hasn't uploaded a video for like a month, and you know, I'm trying to do a podcast here, Bigfoot Tony. If you could just, you know,
Help us out,
mate. Seriously, get back to breakdown.
Throw a brother a rope, Bigfoot Tony.
Because, you know, but yeah,
because all we got is Phil.
All we've got is Phil,
and he's 3 rum and cokes deep. It's not happening, Bigfoot Tony.
Not today. Not today.
Okay, and finally, we have the regional news. Man says Sasquatch attacked him with an axe. Klamath Falls, Oregon. You're already in. You're already 100% behind it.
Probable.
A call came in.
I have neighbors.
Call came into Klamath County 911 dispatch late Wednesday afternoon from a caller claiming that a man was trying to kill him with an axe. The caller was not providing a lot of information, said Klamath County Deputy District Attorney Cole Chase. Made that without stuttering. Just going to take a moment to congratulate myself. And was threatening, rude and abusive to 911 dispatchers, but the officers still responded quickly. Officer responded at high speed to the Chiloquin area. Deputies say that Timothy Drennan told them that a Sasquatch was the one that attacked him. The defendant, Mr. Drennan, was combative, made some threats, but ultimately was taken into custody without any physical incident, Chase said. The deputy DA says he can't comment on any evidence that may be presented in court, though he added an important observation. Upon a subsequent investigation, there was no signs that a Sasquatch was present. What were they looking for? Does anyone know?
They were seeing if that alleged Sasquatch was still in the area.
I'm sorry, but the wording there was no signs that a Sasquatch was present. What signs? Footprints? Casting?
I don't know.
Blurry videos? I mean, did all the CCTV go blurry all of a sudden?
Well, you know, knowing Klamath Falls, they probably stepped out of their car, hooked the guy up, and looked around and said, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
There's no Sasquatch here.
Drennan is charged with misuse of 911 and initiating a false report. It doesn't appear as though there's any issue of mental health concern here, DHA said. This was strictly intoxication.
You see, that's why they arbitrarily dismissed the Bigfoot accusation, because they know, the police department knows well that Bigfoot don't use axes, they use rocks. So the guy was probably so drunk he didn't realize it wasn't an axe, it was actually a big rock. And they just said, well, that's it, man. He's lying. He's either lying or he's drunk. Hook him up. Let's go.
You know what, Phil? I agree with that assessment. That makes absolute sense to me. Bigfoot does historically throw rocks at people, and for this guy to say it was an axe, it just doesn't add up.
Didn't add up, right?
Didn't add up. Yeah, I agree completely. Chris?
The math doesn't work.
The math doesn't work. Bigfoot plus axe equals poop.
Get out your slide rule there, Chris.
Hey, I'm working on it, Phil.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm a man of numbers.
Kids, all you kids that are listening, Google the word slide rule and find out what that is.
And then know that that's what Phil used when he was in high school.
That's what I used when I was in high school and college. Yeah.
That's right. Back when Phil helped build the pyramids.
And by help, he sat in the shade with a rum and coke while the slaves did all the work.
I don't know how to build them, man.
Man, I don't know how to build them. I just know how to pack them.
I just know how to hang out here and drink rum and cokes, man.
Some say. Well, that'll do us for this week. We will be back next week, despite the hopes of many. Chris, what have you got coming up on the 40th Slip tomorrow night?
Strange triangles across the globe. And I uploaded an H.P. Lovecraft short story this week, Dagoth.
Very good. Oh, that's the one you sent me, isn't it?
Yep.
That's super good.
Yep.
Does it really well.
I found some pretty good creepy music for it that I turned into a nice little bed to put behind it. And I thought the short story came out good. I'm going to be doing another H.P. Lovecraft story this week.
Good out. Phil, any plans for any breakdowns or anything this week?
Or anything? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be uploading a video just this afternoon or evening. Basically, it'll be the show. So look forward to that.
And if you
and if you're listening.
If you're listening on Phil's show, on Phil's channel right now, he has a link to my channel in his description, which will take you to all the stories that we talked about today. If you've had a paranormal or Bigfoot experience, Matt Knapp would love to hear from you. You can email him at bigfootcrossroads@gmail.com. I think that's all the shameless plugging we've got to do.
Well, it'd be nice if people would send me videos and that for me to look at.
Oh yeah, send
and laugh at,
send Phil your breakdown videos that you want to be broke down. Send me videos as well. I won't do anything with them, but I'd like to hear from you. That'll do it for us, and we'll talk to you next week. See ya.